Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Nikisha Low Motivates, for your dose of faith and life-based motivation. Now, if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and I did say subscribe already, so just like and comment, subscribe, and also hit that notification bell so you'll know each time that I post a video. And thank you so much to all of you who have already subscribed to my channel. Thank you. I really appreciate taking this YouTube journey with you. Thank you for the encouragement that I have received thus far in the comment section. I really do appreciate it. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, obviously, from my attire, I'm doing this part 2 video on the same day that I did part 1. Alright, so I believe that in the first video I left it at, where did I leave it? Oh yeah, after I got the job at the security or LPRM office on campus. Right, so I can remember when I changed my program of study to mass communication in 2012 of January. I had class trips that I would need to go out on because they would be graded activities, graded assignments being posted from those trips that we needed to complete in order to get our final grades. And I remember not being able to readily pay because I had a financial situation that was not great, I had some financial issues. But I remember being friends with different people who I could call to say, I need to go on this trip and it's a graded assignment that will be given from it and I need some money to go. Could you help? And sure enough, I got help from my friends along the way. I remember there were days for a good while where I didn't know where lunch was going to come from, and I remember my friend, another friend, Rash, she would bring lunch to school. So whatever her uncle made for lunch, she would bring it to school and she and I would eat it. And if she had one bottle of water, she and I would drink it. And I think that God purposefully surrounded me with these people who were able to assist me in whatever way He deemed necessary that I needed the most at those particular points in time. Because first, my church at the time encouraged me to go. They gave me the money to start. Second, my friend, when I went back home feeling discouraged, he encouraged me to come back and attend classes. And that should not have been the second thing, but the second thing should have been when I needed somewhere to live. My friend Claudine, she provided that space. And then Rash with the lunch and the water, which, trust me, it may not have been a lot of food, but when Rash and I ate it, it was delicious. We had a lovely time. Our bellies were full. Whatever the food did not do for our tummies, the water definitely filled that gap. And I'm looking back and I'm smiling because I'm like, God is faithful. He always provides. We just have to trust Him and exercise our faith. And I worked at security for a while. So sometimes I would be at the entrance, or I would be at the back gate, or I would be somewhere on campus stationed there to work. And I did that job until I became so stressed out to the point where I would go to sleep. And when I would sleep, I would be calling out license plate numbers in my sleep. I would also be yelling, entrance, exit, because that's what we would say if we're on the exit side and there's a bar and someone on the inside needed to press the bar. So we would say, entrance, exit, and then we would write, the person on the inside would write the license plate number, and would take the card that the person had gotten when they came on campus. Or I would be out there with the book recording the license plate numbers and telling the person to press the button to open the bar. There were days when I had no food, like a separate and apart from lunch on campus. And I remember Mr. Bogle, my supervisor at the time. He always looked out for me. So sometimes I would even be getting lunch from him because he knew my situation, and he knew that I didn't have food, and he would sometimes provide me with lunch. So he would buy something for me at the cafeteria, or he would go to the cafeteria, get something, and let me have it. And there were other co-workers sometimes who I would get food from, who I would get lunch from, because they knew that I didn't have food. And I remember all the kindness that I received while attending university, and I am truly, truly humbled by it. And there were days where I would we call it here in Jamaica, bum drive, just ask random people for a ride, which was risky, very risky, but I would discern, and whenever I felt prompted by the Spirit to ask someone, I would, and then I would usually get a positive response, and I would work with it. I remember after living with Claudine for a while, she said that she would be moving, so then that meant I needed to find somewhere to go. So then I was like, okay, I understand. I don't know where I'm going to go, but all right. So I ended up getting a place to live where I would be paying rent. Where did I get that first rent money for deposit? I don't remember. I remember a sister at the church, Sister Chung. She would send us money whenever she could, and that helped. It helped us to buy groceries, and it helped us to go to school, and we really appreciated it. And when I left, I don't remember where I got that money from to pay the deposit, or even if I paid one, but I remember I explained the situation to my landlord at the time, who was also a lecturer at Northern Caribbean University, aka NCU, and he knew my situation, so he worked something out for me, and it worked in my favor. Like whenever I could afford to pay the amount that he gave me, I would pay it. I would also pay my light bill and water bill. I think they were included in the rent, yeah. And I lived there for a while until I think I eventually ended up leaving there. So where I was living, it was close enough to school where I could walk sometimes. And I would walk a few mornings when I did not have the money to pay the bus fare or the taxi fare. And while I was living there, I didn't have a laptop, so there were some nights where I had to walk home, like after work, and I needed to complete assignments. I would have to go to the library, and I would stay there until the library would usually close at 10 p.m. in the nights, and so I usually stay until about 9:30, sometimes 8 o'clock, depending on what the assignment was and how much time it required me to put in to get it completed. And so sometimes I would walk home alone in the night, and just to ensure that I got my work done, and I would be praying along the way, asking the Lord to cover me under his blood, just to keep me safe and get me home safely. And praises be to his name, there was not one night where I was ever hurt or harmed or threatened in any way, shape or form. I remember one night I was walking home, and this taxi man saw me, and he asked me if I needed a lift. So I said, I don't have any fare, so I will walk. And he said, no man, that's fine, it's fine, I won't charge you, I'll take you home. And he brought me home. I didn't have to pay any fare because I didn't have any fare to pay. And you know, it was just little things like that, the kindnesses, or the kindness rather, of people that I met along the way, whether they were strangers or they were friends or just persons who had enough love and care in their hearts to assist me when I needed it the most. And there were times wherein I was working like 7 days a week, full time, and going to classes part time. And I would purposefully go to work on the weekends and even on Sunday. Well, that's 7 days, just so that I did not have to stay home and feel hungry because I didn't have any food in the house. And on Saturdays, Sabbaths, when we went to work, there was this lady who would bake potato pudding or cornmeal pudding, and she would leave it at the security main gate almost every Sabbath for us to have something to eat. And I looked forward to getting that piece of pastry every Sabbath that I went to work. And then sometimes they would have events at was it North Campus? I think it was North Campus. They would have events, and then there would be food left over, and they would bring it up, whether it was on a Sabbath or any other day of the week. They would bring the excess food up to the security office or to the main gate and tell us to distribute it accordingly. I used to look forward to those days because it meant that I would be getting food to eat. And you know, some days I remember a day or a couple of days I only had cornflakes and water. That's all there was in the house. And the cornflakes I think I had gotten from a friend. And you know, just different things, like small mercies and kindnesses along the way. Like, I really appreciate the journey. And it took me 7 years to complete university. I remember when I just started out, and some of my family members were discouraging me, saying that I had chosen to attend a very expensive university, and it's private, and they don't know how I'm going to fund it, but I would be on my own. And I remember saying, you know, even if it takes me 7 years to complete university, I am going to complete it, with or without their help, because I knew without a doubt in my mind at the time that God was going to see me through, and it was His will for me to attend NCU. And when I look back at the journey, and I realized that it really took me 7 years, because I was doing a few credits here, a few credits there. I decided at one point that, you know, if I continue like this, I'm not going to finish this degree anytime soon. So then I started pushing my faith a bit further by accepting to do more credits, because my grades were good. I got good grades. It's not like when I was in high school, my grades were average. I did just enough to get by with my averages, never ever going over 60 something. And when I got to university, I said, you know what, I am not going to fail any of these courses, and I am not going to allow my grades to fall below 3.0. And they never did, ever. The first year I was awarded an academic appreciation or academic award, and I did not even know about it. I was at work and someone passed me at the gate. I was working at the pedestrian gate, and someone said to me, aren't you going to collect a lie? That's a lie. A person said, how come you weren't at the meeting to collect your award? And I'm like, what meeting? Because I did not know about it. And when I got the award, I was like, yes, Nikisha, yes. And I think that pushed me to continue working, and I knew that, you know, what I was doing was not in vain. Fast forward, I sat out like 2 semesters, and I went overseas to work twice to offset the cost of my tuition. And yeah, Like, I never gave up. I got discouraged along the way because science, it wasn't the science, it was Spanish. Lord, I did Spanish up to intermediate 2, and I still cannot have a full-blown conversation in Espanol. I shouldn't be proud of that. I shouldn't. But Spanish stressed me out, yo. Like, it really stressed me out to the point of tears, like real tears. But I was able to overcome math. I'm not a big math fan. I love English. I love English, love English. And when I did my math, I just applied myself. I knew it was a challenge, just like Spanish, and I had to practice both Spanish and math to get my grades where I needed them to be. Now, mark you, I didn't get an A or a B for either Spanish or math. I think for beginning Spanish 1, I got a B, beginning Spanish 2. I don't remember what grade I got, but the teacher was very feisty. Intermediate 1, I got, what did I get? I don't remember, but I ended up passing Spanish on all levels, passing math, and I was so excited. And I got some more academic awards along the way, and the experience that I gained with just being a part of Northern Caribbean University, the spiritual growth, the friendships that I formed, the life lessons that I learned, they will go with me for life. And of course, this is me condensing the story because, I mean, 7 years, a lot happened during that 7 years. But I just want to encourage you, you know, whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, whether it is to attend the university or to do something else, put it before our Heavenly Father and just ask Him to order your steps, you know. Just ask Him to let His will be done, because trust and believe. Trust me when I tell you that His will for our lives is beyond what we can even think or imagine. You understand? And we just have to trust Him with the affairs of our life. Like, yeah, going to NCU, I met my husband, not on campus, but as a result of going there, meeting someone else. That's for another video. But the friendships I formed, like, yeah, like nice friendships that were made on campus, and just the associations I was able to form as well. Very meaningful, and the education I received was very holistic. I was exposed to the sciences, the arts, a little bit of business. Was it business? Yeah, business, because I did media. We had a business management course, we had events planning, we got exposed to languages and nutrition, the religious courses. It was a nice little package. NCU has a nice little package set up for their students, you know. And of course, every institution has their challenges, and NCU is not exempt from that. But I loved the experience I had there. I do not regret going. It's a wonderful institution, my alma mater, and I'm just grateful, so grateful that I was able to go there for 7 years and was able to leave a better person. You know, it was just amazing. There were a lot of ups, there were a lot of downs, a lot of downs, where at one point I decided that, you know, I'm going to stop going to school because it was too hard and there was not enough money at different points in time. And I considered joining the army or the police force just to get by. I remember even washing people's dirty clothes to get money to put in my pocket so I could get by. I remember cleaning people's dirty houses just so I could get some money to get by. I did what I had to do without going against my moral code, which is governed by the Bible. So I'm just truly grateful for that. So be encouraged, guys. I'm going to stop talking here. Be encouraged. Don't give up on your dreams. Place your plans before the Lord or God Most High and just ask Him to bless them. Ask Him to direct your steps and just to let His will be done. So until next time, this has been Nikisha Low Motivates. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and also hit that notification bell so you will be notified each time I post a new video. So until then, big up yourself, bless up yourself, and thank you for watching.